Welcome back, everyone. Great to have you here on this Total Wellness Tuesday episode of the Cabral Concept. Can't wait to share with you an updated list, actually multiple lists of the top antioxidant foods you need to be consuming daily. Why do you need to consume antioxidants on a daily basis? Because your body, believe it or not, is being broken down, being catabolized, and aging every single minute of every single day. Now, the good news is this. There's so much science that shows we can actually reverse the aging process if we begin to squelch what are called free radicals that happen from oxidation. Now, if all of this is kind of brand new to you, no problem at all. Good. We're going to go through that right now. So, what is an antioxidant? I think it's probably a good place to start, right? If we're going to do a show on antioxidants and how it can improve your overall health and your overall body transformation, and of course, anti-aging, let's go through that. So antioxidants are compounds, right? They're found in foods and otherwise. We'll talk about that because they can be made. So antioxidants inhibit oxidation. So what happens is with oxidation in our body, we produce free radicals and chain reactions that actually damage the cells of our body. They damage our mitochondria, they damage our skin, our hair, everything inside of our body. Let's go now through what is oxidation, right? So if we know antioxidants squelch oxidation, right? Antioxidants, right? Antioxygen, antioxidation. And we know oxidation is basically free radicals that damage our cells in our body. What is oxidation? Well, the free radicals that are created by normal processes of breathing, believe it or not, getting natural sunlight, which we know breathing and sunlight are very important for human survival, as well as eating. Believe it or not, just breathing, taking in good sunlight, eating, as well as exercise. Like if you could think of the four most important things essentially for your health, those are them, right? It's breathing, okay, eating, and then I would probably say sunlight and then exercise, right? You could debate about the last two of which comes first. It doesn't matter. You need them all. Okay, so we get those four, but all those four things, as crazy as it sounds, creates oxidative damage on our body. So we need them, but our body actually breaks down as it's taken in this type of oxygen or the free radicals that are created even from eating healthy foods. So what do we do? Well, our job as humans is to eat food that was meant for humans. And I know that this is such a strange thing to say, but we've really perverted good human nutrition. And it's always done I think it's not done maliciously. I really don't. I do not believe it's done maliciously. But when you look at the fad diets that are out right now, and that's anything, again, that we're not. So basically, if a diet is not balanced, it's a fad diet. That's basically it. Now, it works for a particular goal in the short term, but it is not a good long-term human diet. And it also works really well for people in their teens and 20s and early 30s. Why? Because your body is much better able to squelch free radical damage and oxidation at a younger age. You start hitting late 30s, early 40s, people are like, whoa, well, all of a sudden I'm aging at a much faster rate. Yes, you are, because your body at that point is not able to squelch inflammation, free radical damage, oxidation at the same rate. So what do? You add more antioxidants to your daily diet. That is exactly what you do. It's why it's the only thing proven to actually prevent cancer. Let me repeat that. There's no fad diet proven to combat cancer. You might say, well, this keto diet's been shown to help with brain tumors. It has. Yes, it has. It didn't prevent them, okay? It's been shown if you already had them, if you already have brain tumors, then it may help to a great degree. We're not talking about that, right? We're talking about doing our best to prevent the four main causes of mortality, which is early death, okay? Heart disease, high blood pressure, type 2 diabetes, cancer. We know one diet high in antioxidants is hopefully able to prevent all four of those. Let's go through that right now. And then I'm going to let you make your decision at the end. So antioxidant foods are rated on what's called the ORAC scale. They're measured in ORAC units, it stands for oxygen radical absorbance capacity, or absorbative or absorption capacity, however you want to look at it. So ORAC, ORAC. All of this will be listed today at stephencabral.com/2146. Head over there. I will give you the lists of basically the top 20 antioxidants. All right. But I'm going to go over multiple lists because I always want to be unbiased for you. So ORAC, basically a method was developed by scientists at the National Institute of Health and Aging, the NIH, to measure the antioxidant capacity of different foods, which is basically how many free radicals can they squelch. That is exactly what we're going over right now. All right, so let's go over the list. And I honestly believe that by the end of this, after I just read the list to you, you're going to know which ones are the best ones. All right, so I'm going to give you an unbiased list because not every list is exactly the same, believe it or not. But you'll see the overlap, which is what we look for, right? Right. The truth lies in the overlap. Okay. So let's go through it right now. And I'm just going to zoom in. And then again, I will give you all of these images for you. All right. So number one, again, lists are going to vary. We have Goji Berries. Number two, Black Raspberries. Number three, Prunes. Number four, Bilberry. Number five, Pomegranate. Number six, Raisins. Number seven, Blueberries. Number eight, Red Raspberries. Number nine, Blackberries. Number two is Black Raspberries, if I didn't say that, instead of Blackberries. I always thought they were the same, but apparently they're not. And then we have, let's see, we've got strawberries up next, Noni Fruit. We have plums, oranges, cherries, red grapes, red grapefruit, white grapefruit, apples, bananas, and pears. That is the top 20 from this list. Let me give you another list, all right? We'll see if there's overlap. Dark chocolate, prunes, raisins, blueberries, blackberries, kale, honey, strawberries, raspberries and spinach, plums, broccoli and beets, cherry, grapes, and oranges, pink grapefruit, which would be the red grapefruit. Let's see here. Cauliflower, cabbage, and potatoes, sweet potatoes, apples, carrots, peaches, apricots, lettuce. All right. So we have the second list. Now let's go over two more, and then we'll start to see that overlap. The next list, acai berry, prunes, raisins, blueberries, blackberries, cranberries, strawberries, pomegranates, raspberries, plums, oranges, red grapes, cherries, kiwi fruit, white grapes, cantaloupe, banana, apples, apricots, and peach. A lot of overlap right there. Now the high antioxidant vegetables, barley, which is far and above all of the other ones, it seems, in terms of ORAC, kale, spinach, Brussels sprouts, alfalfa sprouts, spinach, steamed, broccoli. We have beets, red peppers, onions, corn, eggplant, cauliflower, peas, sweet potatoes, white potatoes, carrots, string beans, tomatoes, zucchini, and yellow squash. All right, so we've got a bunch of veggies in there. And we will do one more list. And this is dark chocolate, pecans, wild blueberries, boiled artichoke, cranberries, kidney beans, blackberries, and goji berries, right? So we see a little bit of differing on the scales based on the scale that they're using. And I'm not going over any spices today. I'm going to make that a separate show because spices should be added in. But if you're going to use spices, you might as well use high antioxidant ones. That'll be a separate show because there's too much to review here today because this is highly important. I don't know about you, but what I heard over and over was dark chocolate, berries of all types. Wild blueberries was always the top. I noticed another one that not a lot of us eat, and that's cranberries. The nice thing about cranberries is you can just use a tablespoon and throw it in your smoothie every day. They're very bitter. In Ayurveda, they always say bitter is better because the more bitter, the more tart, typically the more antioxidants, okay? So we have wild blueberries. I heard blackberries over and over. I heard raspberries over and over. I heard black raspberries over and over. Goji berries was on a couple of the lists. Pecans made their way in that list once or twice. And I also heard for veggies, Brussels sprouts. I heard kale. I heard spinach. I heard various lettuce. Then I started to hear some citrus fruit as kind of the next tier. I heard red grapefruit. I heard white grapefruit. I heard some oranges. I heard kiwi, right? So these ones were all part of the list. I heard apple in there a couple times. Now, here's the interesting thing. So again, I want you, my job with the Cabral concept is not to teach you things necessarily to memorize, all right? They're always going to be at your disposal. You can go to stephencabral.com/podcasts. There's a search bar at the top. You can search a topic anytime you want. There's over 2,000 podcasts. But what I'm trying to do is teach. I consider myself more of a teacher than anything else. That is what I want to be. It's always what I've enjoyed doing, right? I always have my entire life, whether I was teaching sailing to kids and adults as a teenager, or teaching personal training or nutrition through college and right out of college, or teaching integrative health and functional medicine, naturopathy, now today. So this is always, I'll always love to teach. And what I want to do though, is not teach to memorize, which is what our schools do with kids for the most part, right? It's like memorize facts, pass your test, move on, totally forget everything you learned. That's not, health is too important to do that, right? It's way too important. So what I'm trying to do is instill a version of thinking about health, right? So if let me just read just one list one more time, okay? One more time. Acai berry, prunes, raisins, blueberries, blackberries, cranberries, strawberries, pomegranates, raspberries, plums, oranges, red grapes, cherries, kiwi, cantaloupe, apples, apricots, peach. For veggies, barley and kale and spinach and Brussels sprouts and alfalfa sprouts and broccoli and beets and red peppers, onions, corn, garlic should be in there as well, cauliflower, peas, potatoes, carrots, string beans, tomatoes, zucchini, yellow squash. Okay, so you don't need to memorize the list. What did you just hear? You heard a lot of berries. You heard a lot of colorful fruits. You heard about a lot of green vegetables, a lot of cruciferous vegetables, Brussels, and I don't even know if they measured bok choy. You heard about broccoli, right? These are all things that we talk about all the time. Spinach, your greens. And if you can't eat one, that's okay. You just move to another. What you didn't hear, though, sometimes it's important to understand what you didn't hear. What you didn't hear was any fats, right? You didn't hear about butter or milk, which milk, that's protein, carbs, and fat. You didn't hear about any meat. You didn't hear about, eggs on there. You didn't hear about, again, a lot of the fats, even a lot of nuts. There's some nuts on there, and there's certainly some beans on there. What did you hear? You heard fruits and vegetables. Am I telling you not to eat healthy fat or meat or fish or pastured eggs or anything like that? No, I'm not. But what I'm sharing with you is that if you want to be on a true anti-aging and wellness and anti-inflammatory diet, it has to start with produce. That's fruits and vegetables. And if you are someone that's on a lower carbohydrate diet, well, you're going to include maybe some wild blueberries as your fruit for a cup a day. And then everything else might be vegetables. But you have to understand that there's only one main healthy human diet, and that is 7 to 9 servings of fruits and vegetables every day. 2 to 3 at breakfast, 2 to 3 at lunch, 2 to 3 at dinner. It is not difficult to achieve. It really isn't. You can do this, and that is the only diet that we know. Not talking about, again, you'll lose more weight with just being on a high-fat, moderate to low-protein diet, low carbs. There's no doubt about it. But you won't necessarily live the longest that way. And that's been proven out over and over and over, right? There's no long-term keto diets that show people live long. There's no long-term carnivore diets. It just doesn't happen. And if you look to the world's populations that follow those, they die in their mid-60s on average. Is that really what you're looking to do, right? You're looking to have a strong run from 25 to 45 years old and then just crash after that? Hopefully that's not the game plan, right? So again, I'm not even against doing that cyclically, or what we do is get into functional medicine detoxes and autophagy and lower carb for a certain period of time. But that's not the diet that you're looking to follow, not for anti-aging. Again, what I want you to do is get short-term results, but also the long-term ones as well. I don't want you to sacrifice your long-term results. So you can follow pretty much any diet that you want in the world, but you need to make sure that there is 7 to 9 servings in fruits and vegetables every single day. Feel free to load up more on vegetables. I do. More of my diet is vegetables than it is fruit. But just understand that if you're on a high-fat diet, moderate protein, you are not getting the antioxidants that you need for anti-aging. You will begin to age at a faster rate. Will it happen in the next few months or 6 months or a year? No, it won't. But you will begin to see the signs of aging begin to happen faster and faster every single year. So all I'm urging you to do is proceed with caution with these diets. I'm not telling you that your guru or expert is wrong. I'm simply saying for the long term, proceed with caution. Understand that the more antioxidants you take in from good quality whole foods, the better it is for your longevity and anti-aging. The better it is for fatigue, for brain fog, for your skin, for your hair, for your nails, for your overall ambition, drive, energy, mitochondria. So I just wanted to share this with you here today. I will leave additional notes at stevencabral.com/2146. Something to think about, right? I'm not impressing this upon you. I'm giving it to you as something to think about. That the only foods in the world that provide this high level of antioxidant-based capacity are the 7 to 9 servings of fruits and vegetables every day, which is why it has to be the cornerstone of your diet. And again, if you get bloated from these types of foods, please go back, listen to my previous episodes on what that means, where the imbalances are in your digestive tract. All right. Thank you so much. Take care, everyone. Have an amazing day. And of course, share this with someone that might not be on the right track right now. All right. Take care.